All right, a couple of these little fellas here, just kind of randomly pick things that look slightly different. So the key thing with all of these is you always have to deal with your negatives. That's always what you want to be thinking about first. So what I want to do is just move all my negatives around to where they need to be, keeping everything else the same, copy, copy, copy. So my y's are now in the top because the -3, when I move it up, becomes a +3. My x's are now in the bottom because when I move it, it becomes a positive. And then I just simplify. So this is like 3 of them, this is like 7 of them, so I really have like 10 of them. And same thing, I really have like 8 of them. And remember, you can always rewrite this so that you can kind of remember what the rules are. It's easy to forget just random rules of plus, minus, but when you just kind of rewrite what they mean, it becomes pretty easy to do. All right, let's look at 35. 35, I want to simplify first. There's no reason not to. It's all in the same parentheses here. So when I simplify first, that x goes away and I get x to the 4th there. And now I'm going to go ahead and to square it. Of course, you can square it first and then simplify it. You can do it in any order that you want. It's just that it makes it a little simpler doing it this way. So thinking about it a little bit does make life a little bit easier sometimes. So then I square the top. Squaring the bottom means x to the 4th times x to the 4th, which means I have a total of 8 of them. So x to the 8th is my answer for number 35. All right, and let's try one more. We'll do 40. So I have some simplifying that can happen right there, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. All of this stuff is going to go to the bottom to make it a positive exponent. This one is going to go to the top to make that a positive exponent, and then I still have x to the 5th on the bottom. So again, I just dealt with the numbers, so that's all taken care of. I dealt with this negative by moving it down. I dealt with this negative by moving it up, and this one didn't get to move anywhere, so it has to stay the same spot. So I have x to the 5th, x squared, y squared. The whole thing is being squared, so both of them need to be squared, which gives me a total of 7 x's on the bottom. And then when I deal with this, I have one more on top than I have on bottom. So I have just one. I can write to the one if I really feel like it, but I certainly don't need to. And then you don't forget the 5. You have the 5 there to begin with. So this would be the answer for 40. Alrighty.